Ladies and gentlemen,
We are live.
welcome to Reform Nerd, where we talk about Jesus and anime. Well, Jesus and anime.
Sometimes, dude, I'm just like knocking everything over.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? What are you
I'm
doing?
charging my phone.
Come on, how many lives have we done? Were you getting nervous?
How many lives have we done? That's a good question. I don't know how many it's been.
We'll have to check. Quite a bit, though, for you to be acting up like this. So today we're going to be talking about fathers in honor of Father's Day.
That was yesterday.
How was yesterday? How was your Father's Day?
It was uneventful, which is good. Went to church, participated in the first service, preached in the second, took an hour nap afterwards, and then just had my son play outside the rest of the time, and we came over.
Came over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Got a nice video from the wife. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got one
Shout
too.
out. His wife copied my wife.
I mean, your wife definitely gave my wife the the idea, so you're right on that.
I liked how they were like very different though.
I haven't seen yours yet.
Oh, I gotta show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine has like a like yours is more like stylized in a way, and mine is like more like home brew. Yeah, but I mean, I think they're both really good.
Great effort from the girls, for sure.
Yeah, first time in history, right? Since
Yeah.
Just kidding. So today we're going to be talking about Goku and Vegeta, and not about who's stronger, but who is the better father.
See, so
and
this really messes me up because I was not thinking about Goku and Vegeta.
Oh, wait. Do you want to get into that now? Or do you want to talk about Vegeta and Goku and then get into
We'll
that?
talk about them, and then we can reference Initial D, one of my favorite animes.
Initial Drive.
Yeah.
That
To me has the best father in all of anime. Bunta Fujiwara.
To be honest, I don't remember. I watched the anime, but I don't remember. I mean,
His dad was very quiet, but he had such
I don't think
thing.
I don't think he did much. He just gave him the car. He gave him some advice here and there. From what I remember,
he is the reason that Fujiwara is like even such a dope driver.
because he made him do the errands in the car.
Yeah, but he
Without a license, I think,
exactly,
right?
Yeah, he was like driving since
putting
like 12.
putting his child in danger. That makes him a good father.
The dad was a race car driver, so he knew how to train him right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll save Initial Drive for a little later. So, what do you think? Who is the better father? Because typically you see like who's the better father, Piccolo, or Goku. But who is the better father between Vegeta and Goku?
I think it's Vegeta.
Really?
I think Vegeta is the better father.
DB Flex AMV anime music videos. Do you actually make anime music videos? Let me see.
Can we not talk about that? Because that's what I used to do back in high school.
I watch a lot of them still today.
Dude.
Like still today, when I'm at work, if I want like cool background music, I just search AMV and then I'll just throw them out there.
I still remember taking Linkin Park's "Numb" with Naruto, the Gaara and Rock Lee fight.
Bro, it's just.
Dude.
If you want some good music, it's like a lot of it is just fighting anime, so they're gonna find some good beats, some good pacing. So why Vegeta?
Because Vegeta disciplines Trunks, although it's super.
How does he discipline him?
I mean, think about it. When he was training him how to fight, like when Kid Trunks was small, and I think it was a filler episode where he's like, "If you can land a hit on me,"
and he
I'll
smacks
take you to
the
park.
crap out of him.
Yeah,
I remember that. That's not abuse. That's what. That's what you're
Trunks
supporting
learned
right now.
the lesson from that.
Oh man,
Trunks learned the lesson from that.
We're gonna have to look that up. So
dude, yeah, I don't know why, but that like sticks to my head. Vegeta was very, very stern, and made sure that he got his point across with the boys. So, with Trunks at least. What I just hate though is that you see, is it Brah, his daughter, or is that GT? I think they gave her a different name in Super.
I don't know what her name is.
You see some interaction at least with Future Trunks and Kid Trunks, but then like his daughter, there's just like no interaction. Period. Like
With whose daughter?
With Vegeta's daughter. There's like nothing with her. Yeah, he promises that if he can land a hit on him, he'll take him to the park, and then he landed a hit, and then boom, he clocked him.
I think we can watch it from here.
Yeah. That was such a cool scene. Kid Trunks turning Super Saiyan for the first time.
Bargain sale. Try to hit me.
Why would I do that, Dad? You know I'm not strong enough.
You want to play like that? Fine, let's deal. If you can land a punch in my face,
man.
then I'll take you to
Do
the
it,
park
bro. What are you waiting for?
I just need to starve myself.
Okay.
That's all.
Now let's just see what you can do.
Here comes.
This was the same became nothing.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Bam.
Just yet.
So this is the father right here.
Yeah,
Let's just
that
clear
was
this up.
pure instinct.
This is the father that you're advocating. That's a better father.
The Prince of all Saiyans.
Smacking his kid
An amazing
down.
fighter, yes. Teaching his son that he has to be ready at all points.
Dude, there is no way Goku is a better father. Like, a lot of people forget that in the start of Dragon Ball,
yes,
Goku has like 4 years that he hasn't seen his friends, and that's because he's just been focusing on his family.
Yes.
So those 4 years, he's legit just being a dad. He's obviously training on his own because he's keeping up with Piccolo.
Yeah.
But he was just dedicated to his family. Like
he was dedicated to training.
No, he was with his family. You see him going out with Gohan, fishing, flying around.
All right, yeah, he did that for a bit.
What do you attribute to Vegeta doing that with his son? I mean, we see that in the Cell saga. In the Majin Buu saga, he's like, I've never hugged you. Like,
yeah,
you know, Goku be hugging his kids, carrying them around and stuff. Come on, flying Nimbus.
We saw that one time in Dragon Ball Z, in the freaking Saiyan saga. But then after that, there's no other interaction of him holding Gohan or anything. When else do you see him? You don't. It doesn't happen in the rest of the Saiyan arc. It doesn't happen in Planet Namek. It doesn't happen with
It happens the next time that Goku's able to spend time with his family is in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Exactly, because they're training. It's not like, do we consider those
I mean, when is Vegeta like
you spent time with
Trunks?
You spent time with Trunks in the hyperbolic time chamber?
No, I mean outside of that. None. He didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't even hug his kid
until he blew himself up. Then he hugged him.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm trying to think back to Cell. When
Cell
Goku
saga?
has to say goodbye, he doesn't hug Gohan at all.
No, of course not. Bro, here's my thing with Goku. Goku does not... You never see Goku discipline at all. Goku's very just like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. Chi-Chi, the single mother that Chi-Chi is, pretty much...
Well, you can't have two parents being the disciplinarian all the time.
Yeah, but there's like... you... Maybe not at the same levels, but both need to put some discipline on there.
What discipline is Vegeta doing except for beating Trunks up because he hit him first?
Training him, he has to be ready for life. Goku
trained Gohan. That doesn't count. Like so far, you're not. Gohan. So far, you're not. No, Goku trained him in the hyperbolic time chamber
for that 1 year.
Yeah,
but when Gohan goes to fight,
Piccolo only trained the Gohan for like 6 months or 9 months. I think it was like 9 months. That. No, it wasn't, or maybe. It was closer to a year when they were gonna come back.
So why does Gohan wear Piccolo's gi instead of Goku's gi?
It doesn't matter because how does he kill Cell? Does he kill him with
Piccolo's?
No, Cell with Cell. He does a Kamehameha. He doesn't do a special beam cannon. Still. Exactly.
He's wearing Piccolo's clothes.
Exactly. And when he goes back and he fights. Cell again. He's wearing his father's.
No, he's not. Majin Buu, he is.
Yeah, Majin Buu. And
then in Super, he goes back to Piccolo's.
I'm just saying,
bro. We all know who the real father is.
No. But you're saying Piccolo and Goku. We're talking about Vegeta and Goku. Yeah. You haven't said anything that would trump what Goku has done with his family. For Vegeta to be the hero,
I'm sticking
the better
hard
father.
with that, bro. I think Vegeta's the better father.
Why?
He's seen some crap, man.
You're no details, no nothing. Look, I got you the 4 years from when Gohan was born. Goku took a sabbatical, spent time with his family. Huh?
Was 3.
And now it was 4.
I could have sworn he was 3.
I watched Kai not too long ago. It was 4. Yeah, because he asked him how old is he, and he said 4. So you got that.
Which that's not even like full on. You're assuming right now.
So far, Goku
assuming.
has shown to be a better father than Vegeta. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Nah.
Look, what's his name? DB Flex is saying it. Goku's a better father.
Without
Debate. Without a debate.
But again, this is why I wasn't even prepared for Dragon Ball Z. I'm thinking about anime period. No, it's true. It's true. I'm telling you.
All right. Clearly, Goku won.
Oh, Lord.
Clearly, Goku won. Outside of this, I was looking up like what good examples of fathers you have in anime.
Any.
There weren't many, and
we complain about Disney making fun of dads in TV shows, but anime is significantly worse.
I think there were more examples of father figures than actual fathers.
Well,
like
father figures and poor fathers.
Yeah, like you tend to see a lot more like not the actual biological father, but like mentors and things like that they like step in and they fill a role. Here's a question: why is it that it's more like in our human brain, for whatever reason, a picture of an absent father is more acceptable than an absent mother? And I say this because that's like the trope, right?
It is.
A lot of the times in anime, cartoons, and movies, you see more of a single mom and a father that either left, died, or something than the other way around.
I think it's really just the whole without dad, like you're up against the wall and you got to figure it out, and it's a cool coming of age story by yourself. We like to see people being able to develop and achieve greatness when they have everything against them. It's like how I said in the sermon this past Sunday. Statistics shows that like if dad is involved in the house, a child is 80% less likely to go to jail.
So are you saying that it is more traumatizing
Yes.
for children to not have their dad than it is to not have their mom?
I don't know if I can correlate it to that. I think it's just traumatizing to have any parent missing.
Well, you said in the story, you said that it, to be able to have like a character where they're overcoming, having an absent father.
Hardship, just any hardship, right? Like I think about the Cyberpunk anime in Netflix. What do we see there? Single mom, dude lost his mom too. So not only did he not have his father around, he also lost his mother.
Yeah, we're talking about fathers though.
Yeah. Well, but you asked the question though, like, is it more traumatizing to be without a father, to be without a mother?
Yeah. I mean, what's his face? The initial D guy, he doesn't have his mother around, right?
Mom,
is the dad.
And it's
he's not overcoming any type of like trauma or anything like that. I mean, from losing his mom.
It's not a major focal point, but it's interesting.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it seems
listen.
For whatever reason, for storytelling purposes, there seems to be something more captivating about having a missing dad than a missing mom.
But check it out. The main character, why am I blanking on his name? He's emotionless. He's a lot like his father. So whatever happened to his mother, even though it wasn't a major plot thing, it still fits in the character perfectly. Mom is not there. He probably never received that emotional support that he would need from his mother, which makes it difficult for him to have his relationship with his girlfriend. Right? Because what we see...
I mean, I don't know if I would call them boyfriend and girlfriend. There's some weird stuff going on.
There is some very weird stuff going on there. But it's interesting to see, though, that he's having a difficult time processing his emotions. And mom is not there. But dad's there, and he has a discipline and a desire of wanting to win into racing to be the best eventually. So
Reason to be the best. I just remembered Ash in Pokemon. Where's his dad? I just remember that. Like they never. You just see his mom, but they never say anything about his dad.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You see what I mean? Like it's always a dad missing.
Yep.
So why is that?
Again, I think it's because of what a father represents and what a father can give to a child as well.
I mean, I guess if you're talking about reality, right? I guess more fathers leave the home than I think mothers
100%.
tend to stay with their children.
The second they go get the milk, forget it. You're not gonna see them again.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, you don't see that. You barely see the parents in Digimon
At all. Yeah, there's a lot of animes where you just don't see.
Even getting out of the realm of
'cause
anime, look at Rugrats. Chucky, it's just him and his dad. That's it.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of
There's not a lot of shows that have a missing mother. It's always a missing father.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about like Rugrats. Like a lot of the parents are always viewed in like in TV shows, anime, etc. Like the example of good parents in general, like a lot of times just not. It's not there for some reason. It's not an appealing idea for some reason.
Well, that and a lot of shows also make dads seem like they're idiots. They're dunces.
Yeah.
They don't really know what they're doing. Like Homer Simpson, for example.
I mean,
He's kind of portrayed as a bad dad?
Because a lot of stories, right?
Yeah.
It's all about like overcoming.
Yes, and that's really what
like,
it's all about.
If you have a father and a mother, like, do you still not have to like overcome things? You know what I mean? Like, why?
Of course you do.
Why is that? Even like your favorite show, My Hero, like, there's no dad.
Not
right?
at all.
So it's just the mom.
Yep.
In Goku's case, there's no parents. You got the grandparent,
Grandpa Gohan.
The Grandpa Gohan. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I think it's just the fact that it's so relatable with so many people.
Do you think that kids just wish like they didn't have parents?
No, I don't think.
Like why are those stories so appealing to us? Because think about it, like if there wasn't an audience for it, then it wouldn't succeed as a good story.
I think it's.
What's up, Mike?
I think a lot of it is just the fact that they're looking and they're seeing people, that are coming in a one-parent household. It's very common, especially now. It is very common.
A lot more now than ever. Let me see.
And it's been progressively getting worse,
let's look up the statistic.
So, like, for me, I think it's just more the fact that they know their audience and they see the things that they're struggling with, and so they go with that. Kind of like how incels look up specific anime that are really, like, super cringy because they make it super cringy because they know that's what their audience wants. You think that these people who make animes don't do some case studies either and just see who are the people that are more likely to watch this type of stuff? I would.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a subset of people that watch weird stuff. But it says here, United States, according to the U.S. Census Bureau current population survey in 2020, there were approximately 11 million single-parent households in the United States.
That's
of these,
wild.
around 80 were headed by single mothers and 20 by single fathers.
Yeah.
20% single fathers and 80% mothers. Well, I guess that kind of shows.
Yeah.
Moms tend to stick around for some reason. Dads don't.
That's not everybody's cases, but that is the majority. I mean, yeah, it's a lot.
It's funny. Like there's a lot of statistics that would advocate for having a father in the home too. I think you mentioned some of them. I think that the SA percentage increases, like abuse increases if
dad's not home.
dad's not home, because Then you have like single moms, dating around that can lead into some inappropriate stuff, and that's kind of tough. But what are some good examples of fathers in anime and why? For you're gonna know more about this than I do, but
what?
One of the guys that came up when I was looking it up was Ichigo's father.
Oh yeah.
But I don't quite. I remember Ichigo has a sister, or twins.
Two sisters.
I remember him cooking here and there. But then there's some stuff where he used to be some type of.
If you are not caught up on Bleach, I'm going to spoil some stuff.
He's like some demon angel.
So forewarning, I'm going to spoil some Bleach.
His mom got killed. So in that case, she's got killed. In that story, the mom is missing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the reason the mom was killed was this is so convoluted. So the reason that Ichigo's mom was killed was because of
Ichigo, right?
Exactly, but it's not that he drew the spirit. It's the fact that his mom was a Quincy, his dad was a Shinigami, and he had both powers inside. So Aizen was watching him, he was watching his parents before they even got together. So it could be said that
he was a creep.
Yeah, well, it could be said that he helped set them up so they could have this hybrid child. But the problem was his mom.
So Ichigo has Quincy in him?
Yes. But the problem is Ichigo's mom got infected by a hollow. White is what it's called. So
I was like, white what?
That's the name of the hollow.
She was white.
No. Yeah, I'll pull it up. So I don't know if you remember, but in Bleach, you remember when he goes full hollow in Hueco Mundo and he has like that mask with the horns and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's a form of the hollow that possessed his mom.
When she was pregnant or something?
No, before she was even pregnant.
Oh.
He entered her bloodstream and possessed her and all that fun stuff. And then the dad saved her, but he had to lose his powers in the process to do that. So that's even more convoluted.
Does his dad reappear at some point as
with his powers? Yeah, he does.
Like he lets him know what's up. Is he cool? Like, does he look cool, the dad? Because he's looking kind of dorky.
He actually is cool, and he helps him learn a lot of his powers. Not a lot of his power, but he helps him learn the final move that destroys Aizen or defeats him. So if you see right here,
Bunkai.
I know, right? If you see, here, I'll transition it over. Let's see.
So is that his final? This is a transition.
Yeah. So this
is that his final form?
No, not at all.
There's another one.
Yeah, there is. So this form right here looks like the hollow that possessed his mom that then eventually got him. This is also his Bankai spirit. Because I don't know if you remember, but in the show, the swords all have different spirits.
Yeah.
The hollow is his Bankai
They're possessed.
Spirit. Yeah, and then the old guy.
Are you watching all this demonic stuff?
Bro, here we go. And then the old guy that was helping him out was really his Quincy's powers trying to hold back Ichigo. So the whole story with Bleach is actually, I like it a lot because instead of, your average character having to go through and build up and gain all their powers, Ichigo from the start was stupid. He was OP. He was literally One Punch Man.
Like Naruto, he's just gifted.
No.
You'd have to try.
No, Naruto definitely had to try. Don't come up with that.
Nah, Naruto was blessed by the heavens.
Bro,
by his mom.
Definitely had to try.
By his mom, and not only by his mom, by his dad, and also the demon fox. So it's listen,
we're not gonna have this argument right now. What I am gonna say is that his story is interesting because when you put it all together,
there better be an ending with his father involved in this.
I know, right?
Or are you just geeking out for 10 minutes?
No, but it's an interesting character because instead of you building up to be super strong, he's super strong and his powers are restricted. So he has to unlock his insane innate abilities from the beginning, and part of that is with his father. So that's what I like about Bleach is that they included his dad, right? In most anime shows, like even in Naruto, when he meets his dad, that's a cool interaction. It's nice that he gets to communicate with his father, but he doesn't learn anything from his dad. Ichigo learns something from his father, which helps him make him even stronger.
What does he learn from his father?
He learns on how to communicate with his Bankai. Or with the sword, the Zangetsu's spirit.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
In the animes that have fathers present,
Very few.
And maybe the ones that don't,
Very few.
what is the one thing that their fathers either teach them that's in common, or that they could have learned from their father that they're struggling with?
There's not a lot of animes with dads. Like even Yu Yu Hakusho, that's another one where it's just his mom. And his mom's a drunk. Like, I can think of Bleach.
Well, you got to think of both sides.
D.
We got to think of both sides. Like,
Yeah.
something that because the father's missing, they haven't learned, or something that the fathers that are present have actively taught their children that it's beneficial.
It's tough, man. Like, for me, Bleach, I feel like his dad not only teaches him how to harness his powers, but also how to remove some guilt from himself. Like, in the beginning arcs, you get to see where they visited his mom's tomb, and his dad tries to talk with him a little bit. So you see his dad actively trying to help him understand that he needs to remove guilt from himself, which I think is a pretty cool theme to have there, right? Like, it's not just, well, become super powerful and become this manly man, but it's because Ichigo's technically already like that. It's more of his dad's just trying to teach him how to process his emotions, which I think is pretty cool. You don't see that a lot. Like, you don't see that. Bunta in Initial D, his sole drive, the character is just super stoic, and I'm going to teach my son how to be the best without him realizing it, because there's friction in that relationship. The father and the son, I can't believe I'm still blanking on his name, but the son doesn't want to have that close
You got Google,
relationship
bro.
with his father. I know, right? But that's like an interesting trope right there. And then his dad realizes that and still tricks him to train him to be better, even though he doesn't want to have a relationship with him. That's an interesting thing in itself.
Yeah, I think that I would say probably self-control.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
the
one
common
that
theme.
it's either taught or missing
Mm-hmm.
from a lot of these characters. And I think you see it too, right? I think like the people that end up doing more crime because the father's not present, it's that discipline piece, that self-respect, that self-control, that a lot of times it's part of like what we bring as fathers to the.
You should tell me, what does Luffy learn from his dad?
Nothing
At all?
No, he's
don't
like
watch
absent.
One
I mean, I'm like what, episode 600 and something, and
My lord.
I mean, he saw his son at some point, or he knows where that things are happening, but he just doesn't engage. I don't know if they're gonna make him engage at some point, but from
You would
now,
think they would.
that doesn't seem to be like he's just around, but it's not like something that the authors really like.
You would think that'd be a
pushing.
major point, because it's like,
No, not in One Piece.
wow.
Yeah, and like Luffy
shows
finds
you.
out who his dad is, and he's just like, oh, okay.
So he's not like Gong trying to find his dad.
No, not at all, not at all. I forgot that was like part of the motivation in Hunter x Hunter.
It's Hunter.
That dad is weird and messed up. He's like, hey, if you try to find me, I'm gonna run away. I'm not gonna let you catch me.
Full Metal Alchemist. I forgot about that, dude. Edward Elric's dad. He's involved.
I don't remember. It's been a while, so I don't remember his involvement with them.
So if you watch Brotherhood, you learn that his father is the reason for everything happening. His father's like thousands of years old, and he finds that homunculi, and he creates the Philosopher's Stone, and he destroys what it was, Atlantis or whatever. So Edward Elric's dad has him, then he just leaves them.
Has Alphonse
and Ed, then he just randomly leaves, and then the boys, they had natural alchemic abilities from their dad. And long story short, you don't see the dad like really get involved until the end, and then he's sorrowful and he's trying to reconcile with his sons for causing all this destruction that's been going on, and like everything stems down to the dad.
Yeah, I feel like Fullmetal Alchemist is an anime that I I'm gonna kick on like rewatching.
Yeah,
some anime.
Watch Brotherhood, man. That's a great show.
I watched Brotherhood. I mean, it's been a while, so I don't remember like all the details. But
Attack on Titan's another big one too. Grisha.
Who, his dad?
Yeah, Aaron's dad.
That dude is
whacked.
He's whacked out. Forget that. We're talking about good fathers, Andre.
Well,
not bad fathers.
My Hero Academia. Some spoiler. Endeavor. I forgot about Endeavor. That whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? It's weird.
I mean, he tries to make up later, but that dude is like,
but
oh,
even
gone.
like when they go to depict,
bro, that's like
happens, that was pretty wild.
That's like Ashley Madison level, like that dude. That's that crazy guy.
Dude, that was wild.
Yeah, it's up on that level. That was
wild. Yeah, I hit ChatGPT real quick to give us some fathers who are involved.
Yeah, Endeavor's like on a whole nother level. Like that dude is it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's wild. But I mean, I think it's I don't know. It's interesting that for a lot of these stories, in order to make it more dramatic, like you gotta either get rid of the parents, make your parents a little messed up. So that means that we should like be bad parents, because then like our kids,
for our boys,
yeah. So like our kids can like overcome and like become better human beings at the end. Like that's.
Have you seen Erased?
Yes,
that's a good one.
Yes.
Although that's
but there's
really
no father in there. Like
no, that's the thing. It's saying more mother on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Save that for Mother's Day, man. It's just Father's Day.
Yeah, we missed out on that one.
So, has this conversation changed your mind?
It just helps me.
Is Vegeta still your top pick?
It just helps show me that there's just not a lot of good dads in anime. Period. There really isn't. It's very few, and it's really interesting how we're going against what the Bible teaches us, right? Because the Bible does show us. I think it's in the New Testament where Baki's is another good one.
Baki's dad, a great dad.
Yeah, the Bible does show us that the child should not be paying for the sins of the father.
I was thinking about like the Bible, and I was thinking about
you got some crap dads in there too. Yeah, David, Solomon.
I was thinking about like because we emphasize a lot on family.
Yeah.
How much does the Bible really emphasize on family?
I think it emphasizes quite a bit.
What do you think?
Quite a bit. I mean, just the fact that Jesus even clearly states what is a marriage. I think that is atoning to that. I find it interesting how I think Paul wrote. I have to take a look what book it is.
Because like we have some of the common stuff like instruct a child in the ways of God, and then we'll never depart from it. There's some proverbs and some advice. We see some stuff from Paul talking about marriage and how a man should behave with his wife, a wife with the parent, with her husband, and then for the children it's basically like don't be disobedient. But like you don't see like a ton of,
Oh, I'm pulling it up right now.
Emphasis like that. I mean,
it
is important, and there are passages that we go to, but I feel like we go to the same few.
So 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it repeated as much, but this is big. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever.
Yeah, I'm familiar
with Paul
that
writing that, right? So that should really show within itself right there that the seriousness, I forget the word, but that just shows how heavy that is to be like, hey, if you don't take care of your family, dude, like you're worse than a non-believer. Like, what's worse than not having a relationship with God and going to hell?
Yeah,
that's what that is.
I mean, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Jesus does use a lot of illustrations within the family. Like you talked about the prodigal son, but we also talked about there's a few parables of like the disobedient son where like he tells him, hey, go reap the field, and one son says no and then goes, but the other one says no, he doesn't go. Which one did better? Like to illustrate different points. So
you got the rich man who sent his son to the field and the slaves killed him too. So there's quite a bit, man. I don't think it's just that.
I mean, I don't think it's specifically like family. I mean, you can glean stuff from it, right? But it's like,
remember though, Jewish tradition is very in your face family.
I mean, I think I was gonna get to that, and
that's really what it is.
It's like maybe it wasn't as much of an issue to tackle within the culture, because you think about it, all of these letters were written outside of like the Jesus account, right? All of these letters were written to specific audiences for specific purposes, and maybe like the family nucleus of being together, being a family, all this stuff like that wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of, even Jesus talked about like people trying to divorce, but I feel like maybe like family dynamics, like I just think that there was so much rules around it from a Jewish tradition perspective that I think
think about it,
kind of helped with that. So I don't think like maybe the Bible gets into some of those details that maybe we go into ourselves.
I think it's just because the simple fact that because it was just well known in the society and the community, that didn't need to be clarified. Like for example, how many rules do we have against SA or graping women? Like you don't need to really expound on that. It's like, hey, this is wrong. You don't do that. Point blank. Like even now, we have different classifications for what it means to unalive somebody.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the general census is
you're listening to a lot of Russo, aren't you?
Hey,
getting the bang.
Yeah. No, not that. But the general consensus is whether you use a vehicle, whether you use a weapon, whether you do it by hand, it's still incorrect.
Yeah.
Now, what's sad is, some rules are being changed and things are being convoluted, but we won't go into that. But at least, like, the general, like, basic, like, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, an atheist, a Buddhist, like, whatever you want to be. We do at least have some common ground on basic things that we're like, okay, that's not right. We don't touch that.
I will say that let's just look
Spy
at this
Family,
list.
duh.
I don't remember. I mean, I haven't.
I'm watching that right now with the missus.
I kind of did you keep up with Dr. Stone? I kind of.
I've never started it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thorfinn, yes, Thor's.
Haven't seen Vinland Saga.
Great Father, I would say. Don't know who that is.
Man.
Or that. Nope.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he was a great dad. He's the best dad.
Father.
That was a sad death,
dude.
That was a sad. Death.
That was horrible.
That saddened me inside.
The missus cried when he died.
Yeah, it was bad.
Even though she would call him shoes all the time. That was a great.
Yeah, that was a sad one,
dude. Going to horrible fathers. So the guy that converted his daughter into a chimera.
Yeah,
but
that dude is like known as the worst.
Yes.
Father of all
But that's
time.
also in the first Full Metal. You gotta watch that if you want to see that stuff.
Don't even know what this is.
But yeah, that's old.
I will say that I think overall that's one of the things that we're struggling with today is just a family unit being attacked from everywhere. I think I feel like we've gotten to the point where we have more dysfunctional families than healthy families. And I think that a lot of it is just what's being fed on social media and the news. And it's just like, it's wild. It's wild. Like, kids aren't even having, and parents aren't able to have just proper conversations with their kids. I think like even our father-in-law was saying like, there was a time where you could just tell your kid, hey, don't do this, and they would trust it, right? Because your parent knew best. But today, it's just like you got to give 20,000 explanations because there is no trust.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I wonder, like, as the boys grow up, is that something that we kind of just let them go off and learn the hard way? Like, that's what I'm interested to see. Just. Because our boys are young. We're not there yet. Like, they just disobey just because they're still just learning limits.
Well, the prodigal son, the father lets him go.
Yeah.
He had to learn the hard way. And 100%. I think it's always a balance. Sometimes you'll just You restrict and you'll watch out for them. And other times it's like I let my kids sometimes like they'll be play fighting. I told them to stop a couple of times. You know what? If you guys want to hurt yourselves, I'll be here afterward.
I was watching,
and then I just let them go. And then one of them comes off crying like, "Well, I told you guys to stop, right? But you kept going. This is why."
I saw a video of a father. It was this guy interviewing like a specific city about fentanyl use and stuff like that. And so in the conversation, the guy's interviewing this like gentleman who's like helping with protesting. They find his son in the video.
Really?
And he goes to him and he's like, "Are you ready to come back home?" And the son's like, "No," because he's just addicted to different substances and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yo, I can't even imagine to feel like knowing that he's like, yeah, I haven't seen my son in months and this has been a battle we've been having, but he doesn't want to let go of the substances. And so I'm glad we found him. We know that he's alive, but he doesn't want to come back home and he doesn't want to get clean.
Well, it's something that I that I told my wife is like, look, at the end of the day, we will educate ourselves as much as we can. We're gonna try to teach our kids the right way, but there's gonna become a point where they're going to make their own decisions, and they're going to either take what we learn and apply them, or they're not. And to be honest, if at the end of the day my child chooses the wrong path, even though I've taught him the right way, then like that's on him. Like that's not on me. Like I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it, because at the end of the day I did my job and your job was to listen, and if you're not listening, then that's on you, bro. Like there's a point where your child is just going to have to take responsibility for what they do, and you know it becomes almost unhealthy when you've become so attached. It's not like you're not hurting or like you don't want the best for your child, but there's a point where you gotta let them live their own lives, you know, like
I saw a funny video about that too, where this mother was interviewed. Her son was convicted for murder with multiple people. He's found guilty and everything, and the mother's like, "That my son didn't do that. He's not that type of person. I know my son." And it's like, it's scary how blind we could be as parents sometimes, and be like, "Hey, this is a truth." Even though you saw your kid at a certain point, they did these things. Like,
yeah, I think it's wild. Like, you know, you see every person that you meet, like you see adults, right? But like, you almost got to remember, like behind that adult, there was once a child that was taken care of by a parent. You know, like as you become yourself a parent, you start kind of like realizing, like, man, like one day my child is gonna be like an adult, and I'm like wiping his butt right now. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy to know that there will be a time where these kids are gonna be like full grown human beings. You know?
Yeah, 100%. They're gonna be making their own decisions. They're gonna be dating. They're gonna get married.
Oh yeah, whole nine, right?
Whole nine, man. Whole nine. Some wild stuff. But
bueno, son las 9:50.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Definitely Goku was the better dad. Anderson has seen the errors of his way. Let us know in the comments, if you haven't already, who do you think the better dad is, Goku or Vegeta? I think that I can do like a poll after. Maybe
no, you can do it during.
I should have done one before.
Yeah, you should have. You see, boom. Yeah, for next time. No, because
it's yes or no.
At this point now, it doesn't matter. So.
Oh yeah. Because we're ending. Well, put it in the chat as a comment. Vegeta or Goku as the better dad. Well, thank you for joining us. Please make sure to share, like, subscribe, let other people know.
Look at you.
About Reform Nerd. And I'm learning.
Catch us on Instagram. We respond.
Yes, send messages on Instagram, and Anderson will definitely get back to you. Any questions you have that you want us to address, let us know. Thank you for joining us, and as always, just want to remind you that we must persevere. Peace.
Night.